Broadcasting from the C lot of Jones C. Edwards Stadium, the ThunderCast is here with all the sights and sounds of game day. We are your tailgate destination. We are your fan base amplification. We are the ThunderCast, and we are live. Yo, welcome to ThunderCast Live, powered by IgniteLink. We are out here on the C lot at Jones C. Edwards Stadium for this massive sellout game, the Herd against Virginia Tech. Boys, it don't get no damn better than this.
No, it doesn't. And what a, hectic morning, right? Small little kitchen fire, no big deal. Other than that, though, we're rocking and rolling. We've been out here a long time. We actually had somebody here overnight, and we've got really good food. We got chicken and waffles over here. We got breakfast burritos. Got Mountain Man breakfast. We got mimosas, Bloody Marys, screwdrivers, all kinds of beer, water. We got everything you need.
And not to mention about 100 or so people just rolling through the ThunderCast tailgate, getting all that they can eat and all that they can drink. So huge shout out to Landscaping by Hillcrest for making this all possible.
Right,
guys, the spread around here is massive. People have really turned out for us, and we're glad to do it. But hey, we're doing ThunderCast Live, and this whole thing's powered by IgniteLink. Jed Horton of IgniteLink right here with us, making the whole thing happen. Jed, how's the day going, my brother?
Hey, man, got my day started early. Got my drink going early. Got my food going early. Hey, I love it. Hey, a great, beautiful day for Marshall football. I mean, hardly a cloud in the sky, beautiful weather. Couldn't ask for more, brother.
We've been out here since about 6:15 this morning. Russ mentioned we got a little bit of a late start, which sucks. 15 minutes for us is a big deal.
Yeah.
So we wanted to be here right at 6. We made here at 6:15. Everybody started rolling in once the sun kind of came up. The lots are full, guys. This is going to be an unbelievable environment today. Going to be a raucous crowd inside of Jones C. Edwards Stadium, and we're looking to get us a dub.
You know what else we're looking forward to? This entire weekend is Caitlin Sloan Livingood, my oldest daughter, It is her birthday tomorrow, and I don't know if she's seen it yet over here, but we've got a cake and some candles just for you. And I love you, baby, and I wanted to give you a happy birthday on ThunderCast Live, powered by Ignite Link. You want to say anything there, anybody?
Thanks, Dad, for all this. I know that you really didn't have to do any of this, because I'm probably getting cake tomorrow anyways.
You are getting cake again tomorrow.
There's no rule that says you can't have cake 2 days in a row. I didn't know if you knew that, but that's a legit thing.
And here's a little secret for you. Every day that you get cake, I get cake. So you're going to have cake 2 days in a row. So all I need from you, sweetie, I'm going to let you go tailgate, but I need a go herd.
Go hard!
Can't beat that. The energy level is high, guys. This is great. Yeah. Also, I'm up again from Land O'Lakes. I flew up yesterday. Had to go replenish some gear at Glenn's. That place was a madhouse. People are really going to be putting forth their best effort for striping the Joan. Lots of green, lots of white being sold. This is going to be a great atmosphere inside of Joan C. Edwards Stadium, like we were all hoping to see. Some fresh crowd shots, some killer content for years to come. But look, I do have to say something. You just talked about Caitlin, and it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Caitlin. My son, Cooper, he's watching. He's watching us live right now. Buddy, I love you. I miss you. I wish you were here with us. We're having a great time. My wife, Jennifer, and Cooper are watching at home on the live stream on YouTube. So that's kind of special for me, and of course, Jed makes that happen.
Yeah.
Jed, before we get into the game, look, tell us right now. Let's just go ahead and get to what Ignite Link does, because, hey, man, look at who's got it better than we do, Russ?
No one has it better than us. We're two fans, and we're getting to do this. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So, tell us about Ignite Link.
Yeah. Ignite Link is a managed security services provider. We specialize in securing your environment, your IT environment, top to bottom. So if you're a small, medium-sized business, you're looking for an IT person or somebody to manage the chaos that is your network environment, we're your guys. We're going to come in, we're going to take charge of it, take that headache off your plate, make sure that you're secure and everything works reliably.
So, along with that, how far away can my business be and still be within the circle of reach of Ignite Link?
Anywhere, really. We're here located here in Huntington. For those of you that are located inside of this, inside the city or the tri-state area, we're local. But our services, we take care of clients. Not even within a 100-mile radius of here. We've got clients outside that. So depending on what your needs are, give us a call, reach out to us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and hey, consultation's always free, guys.
And Jed's made it so easy. You can find him at ignite.link.
Yep.
And he's Jed at ignite.link.
Yep.
So easy to find, easy to get a hold of. You need any kind of IT services. How much can they save by going with you versus not having when ransomware or something comes around? It's unlimited.
It really is. So what we do is we put in a lot of layers to mitigate, something happening. And if something were, God forbid, to happen, we've got a plan to get you back up and running very, very quickly. So if you don't have an IT service, you don't have security, you don't have good backups, and you get hit, it's just, how many days can you be down, or can you do without your data, your business data?
Yeah.
And if you're, as an example, let's say you're a medical organization and you're taking care of, you have patient data, social security, things like that, and that stuff gets ransomed or shipped out. You're liable for those things. And so, we come in, make sure that you get best practice, that you're secure, and we have a way to recover in the event, God forbid, something happens.
And on top of all of that, you do this. Not a bad side hustle, not a bad place to be.
Not bad at all.
You get to follow your passion of following the herd and talking about the herd, and you get to do it and really share that and help us share that with all the herd fans all across the country and all around the world.
One of the things I like to mention every single time that we talk about this is Jed is a massive herd fan. That's how he found us, and that's how we got together. And herd fans like to do business with herd fans.
Yeah.
If you have a business and you have IT needs, it's just a perfect fit. Get with Jed, he can help you out.
That's right.
Now, let's talk a little bit about this game.
Let's talk some damn football.
Yeah. We got Virginia Tech
Yeah.
They're in a down year, but it's Virginia Tech. It's at home. These are things that, I hate this term. We talk about it all the time, but it's P5. It is a P5 team coming here to Marshall. That is more rare. It's been since Purdue the last time.
Louisville,
yeah. Louisville was after Purdue. But it's been years and years since we've had a team like that. There's a lot of Virginia Tech fans here. They're drastically outnumbered, by the way, but still a lot of them here. And sellout crowd, great atmosphere. I would prefer a 3:30 or 2:30 kick, but noon, look at everybody out here in the lot, man. And I know you guys are behind the cameras where everyone that is at our tailgate. And
we'll switch to that real quick.
Yeah, Jed's got us here. This is some of the stuff Jed can do.
So everybody's eating behind us, because we can't clog up the walkway and the driveway with all of our food and tables and everybody. So everybody's congregated behind us. But man, what a great! And then this is the thing, right? You get teams like Virginia Tech that travel really well. They have larger fan bases. So even if not a large portion of their fan base travels, those that do still fill the visitor section, and that's such a big deal for the Huntington community. The hotels get full, the restaurants get full. People stop by and buy a piece of gear maybe, or they cruise the campus, and the next thing you know, it's like the next time a game's on the schedule, they come back. So and you talked about this is a fairly rare thing for Marshall. There's a good reason for that. Marshall's a tough place to come in and play. We will show out on any given Saturday, but when you get a marquee opponent, or what is perceived as a marquee opponent, they're going to pack out even more, and that's why we have a sellout crowd. But look, what you said about Virginia Tech having a little bit of a down year, I don't think it matters, Russ, because the herd is trending upward in a big way the last couple of years. So even if this wasn't such a, we don't know quite what we are yet team for Virginia Tech, I think the herd's would have had a pretty good chance anyway.
Definitely. And the last time we went down, well, not the last time we went down there, but the last time that we should have come out with a victory was that 2013 game 10 years ago. We were the better team. A 3 overtime loss, a touchdown pass in the third overtime got away from us, and that was that. But we had them. There were a couple of times in this series over the last few years that we were competitive and just couldn't get it done. I think today the herd gets it done. I like the matchups with this one. What they're not that great at, we are pretty great at. And conversely, what they're pretty decent at, we're also pretty decent at, or good at. So the matchups really favor the herd in a number of areas. If you're just looking at this going, oh, this is a P5, G5 matchup, this is a Virginia Tech win, easy. No, it's not a Virginia Tech win easy. Can they win? Yes. Sure.
Is it going to be easy? No.
No, especially they're giving up 212 yards a game on the ground. That's their strength. Now, we have a little bit of inkling that there might be a shakeup on the offensive line for us. Going back to what we were more comfortable with last year. Trent Holler is likely going to be sliding back over to the guard. You're going to have Willis is going to come in and be tackle, and then you're going to have Tucker sliding right back over.
Which of course slides Logan Osborne back into that center position, which is what we saw a lot of last year, minus Willis because he didn't play for us, right? That was a different herd offensive line, but the bulk of those pieces, 4 of the 5 really, are going to go back to where you saw most of the production later in the year. After things got turned around with the offensive line, they started doing better and opening holes more often and better pass blocking. Remember, the sack numbers just fell off a cliff last year.
And we mentioned this before, we are the only team right now without a sack that we've given up.
Right. The only team remaining in the country that has not allowed a sack. The bye week helped a little bit, maybe. Maybe not. We could still come out of this one without allowing a sack because nobody's done it yet. So until somebody does, I'm going to say they're not going to do it. Why not? So let's talk about this one overall. Grand scheme of things, we're not going to downplay it because it's a big game. But this means nothing for the Sun Belt standings, right? So we want to win this one. This is a big game because we know there are a lot of visitors in town. This is a big recruiting weekend. It's not just recruiting for football. Other Marshall sports, this is a big weekend for other prospects of all of our sports, or many of them. In town. They're trying to make a huge weekend out of this. And of course, coupled with that, you've got a massive soccer match later tonight, which is going to be huge. That was a sellout. They even sold out of standing room only seats for that one.
Wow.
That's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to that. But look, let's talk about some things we know about Virginia Tech. We know most likely, we don't know 100%, we know most likely we're going to see Drones at quarterback.
Yeah.
Grant Wells is dinged up. He may not play. He could be the third stringer, or we just don't know. I saw reports earlier this week that they had him listed at number 2 on the depth chart, but actually another quarterback was receiving second team reps in practice.
Yeah.
So that could be a game time decision.
Yeah, they've
But
got Wiki is the number 2 in reps right now. They still, as of yesterday, said it was going to be a game time decision for Wells. I think if he's not practiced that much
Right.
the entire week, it looks like he's going to be out.
I'm chalking that up to gamesmanship.
Yeah.
You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. So
Same thing with Ollie Jennings. They said he's a game time decision. From everything I've heard, he might be out for the year.
right, that's a huge loss for them through the air. You know, we talked about that on the ThunderCast, Jed. He was still, despite not playing against Rutgers, still tied for the team lead in receiving touchdowns. He and another receiver share 2 on the year, and that was Lane, if I'm not mistaken. He could also be questionable
He's
today.
a game time decision. I looked for him to play, but I looked for him to be a little bit limited. It was a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
So what you're looking for is maybe he's more of a possession receiver today, not as explosive, not the long runs, and then again he might get in, tweak it a little bit, and he has to come back out.
Yeah, so that's the potential for the bulk of the touchdown passes or receiving touchdowns to potentially either be limited or out for the Hokies. We know that they have trouble stopping the run.
Yeah.
We know that Marshall is great at running the football. That, guys, I think to me is the largest matchup that you have to look out for. This could be where Marshall takes control of this game and really, I don't want to say has their way, but really makes some hay in the offensive production categories for the Herd.
Yeah,
This is where it could be tough for the Hokies.
Because the Hokies do have a strength in pass defense, and they're 4th in the nation. And that's a little bit maybe overinflated on their ranking there because Rutgers didn't really have to pass against them, but they held them to a drastically low yardage on
Yeah.
there. ODU, lower yardage. First time that quarterback was starting, first time that he was in that system, first game of the year. So they had low totals in those 2 games. It's kind of overinflated a little bit because if you look their game against Purdue, they gave it 248 yards to the guys through the air there. So I'm looking like we can probably pass on them, but they do have some fast, quick, athletic guys at corner.
Yeah, but this kind of seems like a scenario where the Herd could utilize the pass game just to simply keep the chains moving, keep this defense honest so that Rasheen Ali can have a bigger day, so that Cam Fancher can find a seam and get that 7-8 yard scramble. You know, a lot of the things are lining up to benefit the Herd, it seems like.
Yeah, it seems like it, and to your point, KD, Virginia Tech would love nothing more for us to be one-dimensional today. So
Yes.
if we can mix it up a little bit, spread that defense out, get some running lanes for Ali. Ali's gonna Ali.
All the man does is score touchdowns.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all he does is score touchdowns. He's off and running this year. 6, I think, on the season. I mean, gee, many Christmas. Picking up right where he essentially left off. You know, it's almost like the last few games of the 2022 season were that warm-up to get back into 2021 game shape, and boy, oh boy, if the Herd is able to put together 4 really good quarters, look out for this Herd team, man.
Yeah,
we've seen 2.5 good quarters. We've seen 2 good quarters. We've seen 3 decent, really good drives. But if they can do this for 4 quarters, guys, it's not out of the question for the Herd to put up 40.
Yeah, and maybe all it takes is this little jumbling up of the offensive line.
Could
moving
be.
people back around. Maybe we're a little more comfortable with each other. Maybe
be.
we're a little bit better at blocking and everything. We've had 2 weeks. Don't forget
That's right.
this. We had an off week. We've had 2 weeks to get everybody healthy. We've had everybody on the same page, take care of the little nagging penalties that we've been doing, all these little things. I'm thinking that plays huge today, and we've been able to game plan for 2 weeks for one team.
Yes.
And I think that plays.
Well, it's been game planning. It's been getting healthy. We haven't seen anything terrible, but you know, you get those dinged up guys back to 100, and everything that goes into this one, you can't tell me these guys don't want this game.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that it doesn't have an effect on the Sun Belt season. The guys want this game.
Right.
This is Virginia Tech. This is a sellout crowd. This is what many fans are hanging their hat on for whatever reason. So the herd absolutely has to come out, and we have to see an A1 effort from the opening whistle to the closing whistle. I think the fan base can largely be won over. Cam Fancher can win over a lot more fans that are still fence sitters if he comes out and has a great game against Virginia Tech.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we're poised to be able to do that. So
let's talk about some keys to victory. Jed, let's start with you. Do you see anything throughout the week since we were chatting and had the regular preview episode? Has anything throughout the week changed in your eyes that is like, maybe this is something I hadn't thought of?
No. I think one of the things I allude back to your point, KD, talking about we've seen spurts. We've seen spurts of good offense. We've seen spurts of some passing attempts, some players, wide receivers that I think and tight ends that could break out.
Yep.
I think today is a big day of consistency. And I know Huff always talks about that, being consistent. And so if they can be consistent today in everything that they do, we're going to come out on top, and we may put up a lot of points. I'm not saying we are. When we get a little further on to my game prediction, score prediction, I'm not going to predict that, but that is possible. And so if we can just gate the penalties and play good, solid football, I mean, it's ours to lose today, I think.
No, you had 66-7. Is that no.
Hey, someone got called out on a I just don't want to get called out.
Someone, I don't know who, but it was someone.
Guilty.
No, that was a good moment. I can appreciate that from Coach Huff. Not much has changed for me either. I still think this is the run the damn ball, harness the energy of the crowd early, keep the crowd engaged, come out like gangbusters and just jump on these Hokies. If you can do that, man, with these new clock rules, the games are shorter. It really helps a running team to, even more than it did. I just think a lot of the planets are aligning here. A lot of the stars are aligning for the herd. You mitigate those turnovers. You don't gift points in a game like this. And if you can take care of the football, run the football, a lot of those football 101 things, Russ, is what it is. If the herd can do those football 101 things, it really feels like this is the herd's game to lose.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just felt like this game, even last year, seeing what I was expecting a healthy Virginia Tech team. I didn't know who was going to transfer in or who was going to transfer out. But last year, I thought this is Marshall's game. They're going to win at home because they've got the better team. They've got, we talked to the guys at Sons of Saturday, and they were like, usually G5, and they kept talking G5, and they're like, your defensive line and all that. Make no mistake, we have one of the better defensive lines that you're going to see in the nation. I don't care if you want to call them P5, G5, or make up a new term. Our guys are down. They've got size, they've got speed, they've got intensity, and that's not everybody. You've got great linebackers. You've got great guys back in the secondary. You've got depth at all three positions. You've got dogs out there on defense.
This is
and that's not taking anything away from our offense.
Absolutely not.
I'm just saying they brought up defense, so I'm going to tell you defense. You look at all the metrics, there's some really good ones out there on Twitter, and everything shows that our defense is one of the best in the nation.
It is, and then if you have a defense like Marshall Fields, it's not your typical quote-unquote G5 defense. Guys, we have a Power 5 defensive line, period. We've got linebackers that could go play for just about any in the country.
Yeah.
We have a really ball-hawking secondary led by Micah Abraham, who just all he seems to do is make big play after big play. J.J. Roberts has been a huge part of this Marshall defense in the early going in this season. I don't get it. That just tells me that this is nothing against anyone in particular, but if you're just looking at this going, this is a P5 versus G5 game, blah, 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 you're not looking at what this defense is. This defense keeps you in every game. It allows your offense to sputter. It allows you to not have to play your best game offensively to still come out with a win. That's the luxury of having a defense like Marshall has.
How many times did we see it last year? You know, offense was either struggling because we had a quarterback change or various different reasons, game plan, against our offense. Maybe Laburn got shut down in a game or something. That was extremely rare. But, our defense keeps us in the game or wins that game, because if we can score 21 to 30 points, that's a lot, because our defense generally is not going to give that up.
Yeah, I mean, generally anyway, if you can get to the 30-point plateau, you're going to win more than you're going to lose. We say it all the time, 30 and 30. 30 minutes of time of possession, 30 points on the board, that's going to get you a lot of wins. Right, and then when you tack on top of that a defense like Marshall has that can take over a game, 30 points puts far more games in the win column than not when you have a fierce defense like this. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a homer here. I'm not trying to be overly biased. It's just legitimately the way I see it.
Yeah.
It's just not a good set of matchups for the Hokies when it comes to the Herd. We just do the things well that they are not great at defending.
Yeah.
And we are great at defending the things that they are okay at, or really good at defending the things they are not good at.
If they shut down our run game today, I would be severely shocked.
Well, I mean, look at East Carolina. They did it for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, bam, you cannot hope to contain Rasheen Ali all game long.
All it takes is one play, as you can see from there, and then he strung three in a row together.
That's right.
To cap that off. But we ended up separating from them and showing them what we were. And all 6 of our bigger touchdowns that we've had this year, which Ali has brought in, I know we've got more than 6 touchdowns on the year, but they came in spurts.
Yep.
3 minutes, 2 minutes,
Right.
1.5 minutes, one play. We can score quickly, and we have not hit our potential. We've not hit our stride. So if we see some of that today for even just half a game, I want to see all 4 quarters, but just half a game, how dominant could we be if we're striking and scoring in 3 to 5 plays and moving the ball all the way down the field? We've seen we can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Conversely, the Herd defense has just been struck by the fluke play.
Yeah.
It's the long busted coverage to where opponents are gaining the majority of their points, or a gifted touchdown. East Carolina had a 1st and goal from the 3, and it still took them 3 plays to go 3 yards to get that touchdown. Right? So if you don't get a busted coverage and a couple of big long quarterback runs, you don't see very many points on the board for our opponents this season. So if those things get cleaned up on film, and Coach Huff addressed them directly, we know what went wrong. Immediately we saw what went wrong. Guys, this is a pretty solid, fundamentally sound defense outside of a play here and a play there. So if they get rid of those a play here and a play there plays, this is literally a shutdown defense.
Yeah, they can shut you down, absolutely.
I don't expect to see Virginia Tech have 0 points at the end of this. Guys, that's not what I'm saying. But it wouldn't surprise me to see them only be able to put up 10 or only be able to get 13. And I think Marshall's way better than 13 points in this game. You know what I mean? I just can't see it. I can't see it.
All right, so shifting gears just a little bit, we got plenty more football to talk about, but I have to talk a little bit about this tailgate. We've been out here a long time. We had some hiccups that came and gone, and it set us behind a little bit.
Look,
we're still going to tailgate.
We're still going to tailgate.
And behind us here, we've got chicken and waffles and hot honey. We got Mountain Man breakfast, 1 pot, cast iron, very good. Monkey bread in a pizza oven that's over here, really good. Breakfast burritos, 2 different types of them. Got a Bloody Mary bar. We've got mimosas. We've got a little mimosa bar over there, and screwdrivers, all kinds of beer and water. What makes that Herd Country Lager?
You can't have a Herd tailgate without Herd Country Lager.
But what made this possible is landscaping by Hillcrest.
Yep.
They believed in us, and we believe in them. I had them do some work at my house and everything, but guys, they put all this on, and you see how many people back here, dozens to 100 people that are enjoying this food and this drink and everything, all because of Landscaping by Hillcrest.
Yep. We cannot thank those guys enough for getting behind this tailgate. This is a huge opportunity, right? This is a big game.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of interest for securing the sponsorship for this tailgate, and Landscaping by Hillcrest was like, no. We want this one. We've got this one. So we're like, okay, let's if we're going to do it, let's do it right. And boy, they did not disappoint.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about Landscaping by Hillcrest. By the way, their phone number, if you need to reach them, keep this, write it down, whatever you need to do, 304-743-3033. Call that number or go to Landscaping by Hillcrest, HILLCREST.com. Everything that you need for your landscaping, they do hardscapes, they do pools, they do patios, they do pavers everywhere, they do pergolas, they do fences, they do just about everything. This is not someone to come by and mow your grass.
Right.
They will recontour whatever yard that you have, and they will build you whatever that you could dream. Outdoor kitchens, they do it all. Fireplaces, fire pits, they do it all. Please go to landscapingbyhillcrest.com. Find them on social media. You can look at their catalog, and it will not disappoint.
So let me say this. I saw they're working on a larger scale project for you. It's not just the patio, which is already done. Now it's phase 2, phase 3. This is a landscaping company that can transform your backyard or your side yard, your open space. If you want that ability to entertain outdoors and have a built-in barbecue, a fire pit, pizza oven, if you want all that stuff, that's what Landscaping by Hillcrest can do for you, because it's not just functionally built, strongly built, sturdy, it's also very aesthetically pleasing.
It is, man. I'm blown away. And this is for Tom Scarberry with Landscaping by Hillcrest. Tom, you know me on Facebook, how I do. This paver patio that I have, best thing that ever happened to me.
I've heard that a time or two about,
everything.
About everything.
But you've seen it. It is transforming my yard. I'm going to have an outdoor area that I can take the kids, the family. We went out there the day after it got finished and hooked up our TV out there and watched a Disney movie and then some college football.
Right,
Once they get done with everything, I gotta say though, I have been to some of their job sites, and one of them in particular has been, I think, about 15 years since they laid the pavers down. They have not moved an inch. They're perfectly level. There's not a blade of grass coming up between any grout line or anything.
Wow, yeah.
And guys, when you go around and you hear somebody say, "Yes, I can do a paver patio." Yes, they probably can. Hell, I probably can. But it's not going to look good.
Yeah, it's not what I do.
Yeah, and this is what they do. They do it professionally, and they do it better than anybody else. Better than anyone.
So, give them a shout. Give them a look. Go to the website. You'll see pictures of what they do, things, the quality of work that they do. It's amazing stuff. These are the guys. If you have a project, this is what you want to get done. You got, come on over. We're just live. No big deal.
No big deal.
We're just live. Guys, Levi Brown just showed up. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty?
A little bit of both.
Okay, we got all the food you want. Go help yourselves. All of you. The bar's in the middle. And chicken and waffles right here. Maddie, come on in, guys. Come on in. Come and eat.
You can't eat this.
Come and eat. All the food is there. I'm sorry. Guys, we're just live. No big deal. Go get all you want to eat and drink. Everything. We appreciate you coming by. Yeah, go do it. See, you never know what you're going to get at ThunderCast Live. You never know who's going to stop by. This is awesome. Guys, go take advantage of what we're doing here. Please. Yeah, just loop right around and go get all you want.
How many viewers we got right now?
I couldn't tell you. We're live. I don't know.
Hey, that's live active.
I just talk. I just talk. Guys, let's talk about these. Who's your MVP today? Who do you think's going to go off for the herd? Who do you got going?
I've got Ali. And give that man to him all day long.
That's right. This could be the day. We've talked about it. This could be the 200-yard game that he's been needing in this 2023 season. He's already good for 3 touchdowns a game, for crying out loud. This could be that 200-yard day that puts him on the national stage for a lot of those Power 5 biased folks, right? 22 is poised for a big day. Who's your guy today, Jed?
I hate to be a cop-out, but it's got to be Ali for me as well. It's the easy pick, but I don't think we've seen him. It's hard to say this, but I don't think we've seen him at his most dangerous.
We have absolutely have. You've seen it in plays.
I've seen, yes.
54 yards here, 30 yards there, carrying 7 ECU Pirates into the end zone for a touchdown. You've seen pieces of the greatness.
Yes.
We haven't seen 4 quarters of the greatness. I mean, hell, actually, we saw the greatness from play 1 on game 1. It just got called back.
Right.
You know what I
We're
mean?
talking about the greatness of Ali. I'm going to talk about the greatness of these chicken and waffles.
Get out of here.
But if you're in the area, please stop by.
Yes, please come by, get your belly full. We're right here on the corner of the C lot, spot number 71 through spot number 67. We are literally right behind the brand new video board and across from McDonald's. We have tons of food. Our coolers are full. Please come by and enjoy what we're putting on for all of our Herd fans and Hokie fans that happen to be watching. If you got friends here that are local at the game, tell them, hey, head on down to the corner of the C lot. You got a soft place to land. Guys, I'm not copping out. This is not a cop-out. It's Rasheen Ali's game today. The matchups are there. The Virginia Tech Hokies do not do a great job of stopping the run. They've allowed rushing totals increasing every game this season. They're trending in the wrong direction for them in that category and the right direction for the Herd in that category. This one could be ugly. 22 is one of the best in the country, no matter what team you're talking about. This is his day. This could be his day. Guys, let's talk about a score prediction. Russ, has it changed for you? I saw that the line moved a little bit today.
Is it below 4.5?
Herd -6.
Oh, it moved back. Well, I think that, one, I think the bettors, I think the bettors have smartened up a little bit.
Yeah.
But two, I think that injury thing, everyone knows now that Grant Wells might not play, and the top 2 wide receivers might not.
The injuries are mounting.
But yeah, I still have them at 28-10, and nothing has changed on that. I think you see a dominant defense here by the Herd today. Yeah, maybe they give up a touchdown, but we get 4, and we're better 28-10.
Yeah. Jed, how are you seeing this one today? What are you feeling?
I'm feeling that it's not going to be a breakout game, even though I think that it could be offensively. But I'm liking the 28-17. I think they get it a little bit closer, but we pull away with it.
I'm actually changing my point total a little bit to favor the Herd a little bit more. I still like the Herd at 30. I'm notching back on the Hokies a field goal. Give me 30-13, down from 30 to 16. I think that it's just too much that could be mounting for the Hokies to stifle an extra drive here or there. I don't know. I just like what the Herd is poised to do here. You know, this weekend is set to be huge for Marshall athletics as a whole. It all started last night. I went to the volleyball match. We got a clean sweep over Old Dominion. It was a very exciting match. The next iteration of that is this football game today at noon. Then the big soccer game tonight at 7 o'clock, and we're going to round it all out tomorrow at noon back at the Vet with women's soccer. Guys, the Herd athletic programs are in for a big weekend, and the next stop is at noon when the Herd tangles with the Hokies.
Yeah.
Well, ain't nothing left to do but to do it. So if you got any other words, guys, let's have them. Otherwise, I want to get back to tailgate.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, I want to get back to tailgating, and I want to reiterate for anybody out here, every one of us have yards, every one of us have neighbors that have yards. We can all send some business to a big Herd fan. Tom Scarberry, Landscaping by Hillcrest, made all this possible. We're here with all this food, all this drink, all these 100+ people back here eating, drinking, having a good time, and it's all made possible by Landscaping by Hillcrest. I also cannot say enough about this man, Jed, and at Nightlink, who brings this to you, the viewers at home, allows us to do this and have fun. Jed, thank you for all that you do. Even though you say, this is not what I do.
It's not what I do.
It's not what he does,
but I love it.
He does it damn well.
Yeah, he does do it damn well because we're able to stand here and talk to people all across the country. And it still boggles my mind that they listen and watch. It's pretty damn cool, I gotta be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here too with saying this. Special shout out to my wife Jennifer and my son Cooper who are watching at home. You know, they were cool enough to let me come back up here and experience this in Huntington one more time this season. You know, but for the remainder of the year, I'm going to be back down in Land O'Lakes doing ThunderCast live from the office. So you will see me, but you just won't see me here with these guys. So thanks to them for allowing me to do this and one more time in Huntington because it's so great. These are memories that you just can't buy.
Yeah.
You just can't buy them, guys. So give me the herd today, 30-13, and a big time W. Russ, take us out of here.
All right, whether you see us at the camp, whether you see us down at soccer at 7:15, or whether you see us in here kicking some Hokie ass at noon, whatever you see us, we're going to be saying, go Herd.
Go Herd. It's
Go
ThunderCast Live, powered by Ignite Link. We'll see you next game. Later.